You are sitting at your desk. The project you pour your heart into has just been handed to someone else. Your colleague, the one who smiles at you in the morning, has been quietly taking credit for your ideas. You feel a knot forming in your stomach, a familiar mix of anger, frustration, and helplessness. Your workplace, which should be a space for creativity and growth, feels more like a battlefield. And on this battlefield, you feel a bit like a lone warrior, surrounded. What if I told you that this very feeling, this dilemma, was discussed in vivid detail more than 5,000 years ago? The solution to your modern office troubles might just be found in an ancient conversation between a confused warrior and his divine guide. This guide is Lord Krishna, and the battlefield is our very own Kurukshetra, our very own office. The Bhagavad Gita is not just a holy book, it is a manual for life, a 700-verse conversation that unfolds right before a great war when the warrior Arjuna is paralyzed by doubt. He looks at his opponents, his cousins, his teachers, and he doesn't want to fight. He is lost. And Krishna, his charioteer, his friend, shows him the way. Let's bring that chariot into our office today. Let's see how Krishna's advice can guide us through the complex corridors of workplace politics. The first and perhaps most powerful piece of advice is about our work itself. Think of Anjali. She is brilliant at her job, but she is constantly on the verge of burnout. She is so focused on the next promotion, the next praise from the boss, that every setback feels like a personal failure. Her happiness is tied to outcomes she cannot fully control. To Anjali and to us, Krishna offers a profound idea in chapter 2, verse 47. You have the right to perform your duty, but not to the fruits of action. Think about this for a moment. He is not saying don't desire success. He is saying do not be attached to it. Your right, your power, lies in your action, the work you do. Pour your entire focus into performing your task with excellence. Do it with dedication, with sincerity. But once it is done, let it go. The outcome, the promotion, the praise, the bonus is not entirely in your hands. It depends on your boss, on company policy, on the market, on 100 other things. By attaching your peace of mind to these external factors, you give away your power. You become a puppet, and office politics becomes the strings. When you detach from the fruits, something magical happens. The stress begins to melt away. You no longer need to play games to get noticed. Your work speaks for itself. You find joy in the process, not just the result. And this makes you immune to the manipulations of others, because your validation comes from within. But what happens when the problem isn't your work, but a direct conflict with someone else? Let us consider Raj. He's in a constant tug-of-war with a colleague over project responsibilities. The air's thick with tension. Every meeting is a battle of wills. It's draining. It's unproductive. For Raj, Krishna offers the wisdom of equanimity. In the very next verse, chapter 2, verse 48, he says, perform your duty equipoised, abandoning all attachment to success or failure. Equipoised, balanced. This means remaining calm and steady whether you face success or failure, praise or blame, friend or foe. In the office, this is a superpower. When your colleague tries to provoke you, you do not react with anger. You respond with calm consideration. When your boss criticizes you unfairly, you do not crumble. You listen, reflect, and act with clarity. This balance does not mean you become passive or that you let people walk all over you. On the contrary, it gives you immense strength. A calm mind can see the situation for what it is without the fog of emotion. It can find solutions where a troubled mind only sees problems. Raj, by approaching his colleague with equanimity, can transform the conflict. He can focus on the shared goal of the project rather than the personal battle. He stops playing his colleague's game and invites him to play a better one: collaboration. So we have learned to focus on our actions and to remain balanced in our reactions. But there is a third, deeper challenge. The biggest political games are often not played in the meeting room, but inside our own minds. Our mind can be our greatest ally or our most formidable enemy. Krishna explains this in chapter 6, verse 6. For one who has conquered the mind is the best of friends. But for one who has failed to do so, his mind will remain the greatest enemy. Think of Vikram. He discovers that some of his teammates are cutting corners, using unethical means to meet their targets. His mind immediately becomes a battlefield. One part says, "Stay quiet. Why create trouble for yourself? This is not your problem." The other part, his conscience, says, "This is wrong. You must speak up." The mind as an enemy will feed him fear, doubt, and justifications for inaction. It will play out worst-case scenarios. But a mind that is a friend will give him clarity, courage, and a firm grounding in his own values, his own dharma, or sense of righteous duty. Conquering the mind means watching your thoughts without being controlled by them. It is about choosing how to respond, rather than reacting on impulse. It is the practice of self-control. When you feel that surge of anger, you pause. When you feel that pang of jealousy, you observe it. When you feel fear, you acknowledge it, but you do not let it dictate your actions. By mastering your inner world, you become the master of your outer world. The politics of the office can no longer touch your inner peace. You navigate the challenges with integrity and a quiet confidence that does not need external approval. The teachings of the Gita are not about winning at office politics in the conventional sense, by outmaneuvering or overpowering others. They offer a more profound victory, a victory over your own limitations. It is a path where you focus on your duty without crippling anxiety about the results, a path where you remain balanced amidst the chaos, and a path where you make your mind your most trusted advisor. The next time you feel that knot in your stomach at work, remember Arjuna on his chariot, lost, confused, and overwhelmed. And remember the gentle, firm guidance of his charioteer, reminding him where his true power lies, not on the battlefield outside, but on the one within. Your work is your offering, your composure is your shield, and your own conquered mind is your greatest weapon. Navigate your Kurukshetra with this wisdom, and you will not just survive, but find a deeper sense of purpose and peace right where you are.